Hey there, I'm back to going live, and I was trying to just wait till some people come on, and let's see what happens here. Um, I'm also been away from my regular live broadcasting on you now for a while, but I want to just bring in some new insights, new perspectives. New perspectives. I'm just sharing a perspective for everyone to help stimulate one another. So here is a perspective I want to share with you, and that I'm entertainment. Hi, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for the likes and the support here. And it's been a while since I've seen people, because I've really been away from the internet, from electronics. I'm in nature, growing an organic garden, and you know, you follow Mother Nature's schedule. And when it's good weather outside and it's time to plant, it's time to plant. I'm busy planting. And when it's rainy, then there's other things to do, catching the rainwater and bringing it to the tubs by the land. So I've been very busy. It's so good to see people again. So good to see you. I just have been staying off of electronics as much as possible, off of the internet. My heart is always with you. You know, the heart net is very active. We are connected through heart. I'm getting confirmation on that all the time by knowing the messages I get, and then later on seeing confirmation of those messages. So we are connected. I'm so glad to be back with my friends on You Now. What I am doing, and I want to let people know, is I'm moving more into the YouTube live platforms. So I am streaming both on YouTube Live and on You Now at the same time. Every Sunday, I'm committed to doing my heart yoga on YouTube Live, and it is usually at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the States, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the States, 5 p.m. Central European Time, and 4 p.m. UK time on Sundays. So I'm always live on Sundays on YouTube Live. And I'm just going to check on some of the comments that I'm getting here on You Now. I'm not seeing my comments on YouTube at this moment. I'm technically limited. I just want to let you know. Thank you for becoming a fan. And go to my YouTube channel, Suna Senman. Let me see if I can write it on here on YouTube, and you will be notified if you put your notification on whenever I'm coming on. And I'm going to present some perspectives. You will recognize this. If you are here, you are a starseed. You are one of the rainbow warriors. The tradition, legends in the Native American stories, that the legend actually began a long time before the Europeans came over to America. And the legends are that this people would come from the east on canoes with white wings, white sails, which were, of course, the ships that came over from the east, starting with Christopher Columbus and into the Pilgrims and such. And the legend is that they had 2 feet. One was the, what was it? It was like the claw of a dove, I think, which was the peace and the new love um, energies that they would bring, the message of Christ, of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, that has been through the European peoples, through the people from the East, coming over to Turtle Island, uh, which we call America. And the other claw was that of the eagle, which was very much power and strength and technology. And that claw was going to subjugate the Native American people. And they would be in depression and difficulty for a long time. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. I'm really grateful. And that will be dominant for a while until the earth would be poisoned with metals and toxic waters. The birds will fall from the sky. The fish will turn belly up. And the earth would be really toxic. And then the rainbow people, people of all different races and backgrounds, would come to the natives, the keepers of the earth, the Native American indigenous people in general, are keepers of the earth. And we would come to the elders and ask for guidance to bring life back into not only the earth, but into humanity as well. And so that is the legend. And the one of the close brothers of a legendary crazy bear, I think, or crazy horse, who was one of the really strong leaders that actually defeated Custard and his group 4 days before he was actually captured and executed. He spoke to his brother, and his brother repeated his words, and he said, in 7 generations, these rainbow warriors will be coming forth. And 7 generations from that time of 1887 comes up to 2017. So the rainbow warriors are here. That's who we are. We are the rainbow warriors. And we are the ones that are restoring health back to the earth and humanity back to alignment with divine, and restoring peace and prosperity and living in truthfulness throughout the world. Thank you so much for coming on. It's so good to see you. And if you want to contribute to this conversation, I'm just presenting some perspectives for us to get a deeper understanding, deeper insights. And I welcome all you Rainbow Warriors and Starseeds. Let me add to that insight that I'm getting on Rainbow Warriors and Starseeds. So, Earth has been in quarantine from the rest of the galaxy and the rest of the universe because of the kind of toxic stuff that has been going on here. And also, Earth is a very, very special planet. Of all planets, it's so colorful and beautiful, has so many different species of plants and of animals and of microbes and of, unseen little things that just make this place flourishing. It is full. It is an expansion of other creations. And so it's been a kind of an experiment for the universe, where a library of knowledge, a library of beingness, right? If you think of yourself as a soul, as an energy, as a aspect of the divine that is expressed in uniqueness in order to create billions of stories at the same time. That's why there's billions of people. The creator wanted to experience itself in multitudes of ways to really explore the infinity of the Creator. So instead of just taking one path and one life at a time, he took billions. And we are each an expression of that divine in a unique way for a unique story. And the Earth story, the Earth experience, thank you so much for your likes, is a story of infinite possibilities. Free will. Free will allows for the creativity. Divine is love. Divine is a life, a love, life, light energy. But in order to really explore new areas of divine, it has to allow for black holes, voids, the darkness, right? And the darkness is just like a new pocket that opens, that allows for new possibility of light to fill. So when we have these areas of darkness, they are just new possibilities to fill with light. So when you see or you're met by any kind of darkness, recognize it's the expansion of light. It's the possibility of expanding light. Now we, as the unique expression of the divine, we as the God force, are the ones that can bring the light into the area of darkness. So one exercise that I use use is when I experience something that's very uncomfortable, say pain, like last night, or not last night, the night before, I was like woken by extreme, excruciating pain in my abdomen. I thought it was because I had a little cheese the day before. But then I realized when I met some friends afterwards, they said they also had this excruciating pain in the abdomen. So the pain is experienced as like darkness, something we don't want, that we want to get away, get rid of. The way we dissolve the darkness or the pain is just how our immune system, white blood cells, do. They just embrace it. White blood cells, white light. You embrace the energy of pain with the white light of love. And you accept that pain or darkness or whatever it is to be there, and you just embrace it with the white light of love until it transmutes, it changes into the beauty of a blossom, the delicateness of a flower petals. The white light is just loving it for what it is, even as the pain, and just continue to hold it until it dissolves into more white light. And that's our expansion. We are in an accelerated expansion universe here in this free will universe. And what was happening historically, beyond the history that we're taught in school, was that as souls were incarnating into this earth and this free will universe, we were forgetting why we came here. We were forgetting that we came here to really expand, to master the abilities that we have. And we were listening to the stories that were telling us that we were limited, that we were confined, that we were little peons and little slaves to those who did remember that they could expand. They took advantage of this thing called power over people, and they became addicts to this power. It's like, when you start something, you start eating sweets, and you're, wow, chocolate, and you can't stop. or cocaine, right? It's wow, this is fantastic, and you can't stop. Whatever it is, gosh, I earned my first million. Now I can't stop. I just want to earn. And you just get too narrow, and you forget about the rest of the possibilities of life. Ooh, chocolate. I just want chocolate, 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 chocolate. Ooh, cocaine. I just want cocaine, cocaine, cocaine. Or heroin. Or money, 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 money. And you forget the wholeness of yourself. It's almost like, when you want to grow and expand, like look at a blossom of a bud of a rose. The rose opens equally all areas till it's like a beautiful open rose blossom. But a sick rose would like take one petal and just want to open that one. The rest of it dies. That's not a very pretty rose. That's what a lot of souls have done here on earth. And that's how we've been kind of trained as well. But so this the souls had forgotten what about the expansion, about the full expansion, the full possibility of expansion. So the other beings of the universe watching this experiment going on and seeing how distorted it was getting, and it was getting so distorted that even we were demonstrating the capacity to blow up the earth and destroy this universe in with the dropping of the atomic bombs in World War II. And so then it became like, we got to do something. We got to do something. But we can't, we can't completely, or we don't want to completely abandon this experiment of free will. So we have to allow for the free will. That's when, and this is thanks to Dolores Cannon and her work in quantum healing hypnotherapy, she discovered through the many people that she interviewed that there was a call out to souls in the universe from the higher places, the higher dimension, the higher advanced souls, to volunteer to be born into the earth, this place of confusion and imprisonment and distortion and forgetfulness of who you truly are, and to create a soul path where you do remember who you are as a divine, sovereign being, a divine expression, a unique expression of the divine. And these star seeds, that's what we are, star seeds, were born on Earth, forgetting, going through this programming, living in this hell, this slavery system of distortion, and somehow also holding on to a knowingness, or we may call it our gut, our sixth sense, our internal beingness, of knowing who we truly are, and helping one another remember who we truly are. And that's why you see so many people on YouTube, social media, everywhere, reminding us of who we truly are and bringing back the truth. This is the time when really we are letting go of all these illusions and seeing the truth. One other way of helping us let go of the illusions is the illusions are going to such extreme of craziness and bizarreness that, if you don't wake up, you're really asleep. So, it's something like, I don't watch mainstream media, but it does seep through every now and then. And the idea of monkeypox, if that's not telling you that this is monkey business that's been going on, yeah, I can't say any more about that. But so getting back to really, again, remembering who we are. Now, the the Hopi, the Native American legends all say that, we are coming back to the elders, but we come to the elders with respect and a certain protocol of honor and I think humility of recognizing the truth, recognizing or realizing the damage that we've done, taking responsibility basically. It's like, you know, who spilt the milk on the floor? I did. I take responsibility for it and I'm going to clean it up. It's, and it's not that we, ouch, maliciously, I had to change positions, sorry, that we maliciously spilt the milk on the floor. We may be, we're trying to carry too many things in our hands and, we're trying. You try. That's how you grow and expand. And then mistakes happen. We spilt the milk on the floor. Okay, that means now I learned that was one too many things to carry. Next time I'll make 2 trips, right? So it's all lessons. It's all expanding. It's all growing. So you then have to take the time to make restitution for what what we disturbed in the environment that we want to be in, that we're living in, to make it a more beautiful place. So cleaning up the spilt milk from the floor makes my kitchen a more beautiful place to be in. And if we're thinking about the earth as our home, yeah, the toxins that we've put into the waters, for example, that we've put into our bodies, the not from Mother Nature elements, chemicals. Many of those chemicals try to mimic Mother Nature. But artificial is not like the real thing. Go to maple syrup. Artificial maple syrup just doesn't taste exactly like real, true maple syrup. And your body knows the difference. Your taste buds knows the difference. So the same thing with the elements that we've been putting into our bodies, not just what we've called medicines, pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals are the artificial mimicking of Mother Earth, and now they've even gone into not even trying to mimic Mother Earth, but trying to create a truly artificial intelligence, artificial being, artificial DNA, artificial, very artificial. But also foods, the processed foods that we use, they're made to taste like or mimic a experience of Mother Nature's real stuff, just like maple syrup, the artificial there. The artificial that uses excess sugars and such. Cane sugar, for example, is not a true element of Mother Earth. It comes from another planet, another system, and it doesn't work well with us, with our bodies, our DNA, our souls. It creates holes in the soul. I don't know what happened on this. And by creating holes in the soul, it, yeah, you're like Swiss cheese. You're open to other elements filling in your holes that isn't really the true you, the authentic divine diamond light spark that came directly from source. You're adding artificial elements there. And that's why we can have thoughts of like, ooh, I'm not good enough. Right? That's an artificial thought. That's an artificial element. You are a unique expression of divine. What's not good enough in divine? It's a total fake toxin is what it is. So we have to take responsibilities for these toxins that we have allowed in, that we have spilt, right, into our environment, into our beingness, into who we uh, let go of those toxins, we then open up space for the real divine, the real to come in again. Okay, now I'm going to read a few of these comments here. And, oh, what is my favorite food? It's olives. I love olives. I feel olives are like the thing that bring me uh, balance. I don't know why. Okay, so have I ever been out of the country? Of course. I actually lived in several different countries. And that's what gives me a perspective of uh, the diversity and what's real. I mean, we have so many cultural ideas of what's real, what is, you know, um, and we tend to create hierarchies based on those things too. But what is valued in one culture is perhaps not valued in another culture. There's other values. So when it comes to value, the only real value there is that you are a divine sovereign being. You are divine. Love is the highest value. And then we have different preferences of what you want. Oh, and now I got a great question. What movie can I rewatch over and over and over again? And I do that till I almost know it by heart. It's It's a Wonderful Life. That is my favorite movie I watch over and over and over again. And I think you're just using the questions that they suggest here, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to close up pretty soon about this perspective that I just shared. I'll recap. The perspective is that we are starseeds and rainbow warriors, if you're watching this. We are reminding one another, reawakening one another to the reality and the truth of who we are. And we're seeing that we are unique expressions of the same divine. I'm going to add a little bit of insight here. We are unique expressions of the same divine. And have you heard of the concept of oversouls? Oversoul is a collective of souls that have the same vibrancy or the same wave or expression. You might see it as a color, the same color. And then we become nuances within that color. So say we're the pink gray color. And so we have some nuances that are a little more red, a little more, others that are a little lighter, a little bit, you know, and that but we are of the same color ray. And that ray actually comes from the white light, which is the oneness, divine diamond light. So we are like a diamond, right? The light from the diamond that comes out in pinks and yellows and blues and such. And so our oversoul, our collective of souls, is maybe more of the pink. But then within there are the unique ones, the more unique ones. So, but it all comes back to the same diamond white light. And as we experience our unique experiences, we are also experiencing everyone else's unique experiences. And that's the wholeness in it. So maybe I experience joy by sitting by a lake and listening to the birds and watching the sun glittering in the water. Somebody else experienced joy by walking up to the top of the mountain and seeing over the landscape and the different nuances of colors there. It's the same joy. It's the same joy. Somebody else experienced joy by birthing a child and holding that newborn infant in their arms. It's the same joy. It's the same love, right? So we all are experiencing the same divine diamond light in our unique ways. And everyone experiencing that joy in our unique ways is contributing to the same, to experience of all the different individuals. So as I'm watching the glittering sun on the lake with the birds and I'm feeling the beauty of my child, of holding that child in my hands, or the amazing joy of standing on the mountain and looking over the cross. But we're all, you know, just in our different time-space pockets in this experience on earth. And at the same instant, we are outside of time and space, experiencing it all at the same, just experiencing it all, right? So we may be developing our vocabulary beyond what we've been doing in the time-space limitations of Earth, into more beingness. And uh, I can't explain it now. I think there's newness coming. I mean, we are in newness. So I'm going to just close these perspectives right now so that we all step away from the artificial, the electronics here, and into nature, into the real, into wherever you are experiencing the rocks, the air, the plants, the water. Step into the real. Be in the real. It's nice to have these moments where we can share our insights and share our remembering and stimulate one another in remembering who we truly are. And then let's step into the real. Experience it. Feel your body. Feel the sensations. Every sensation. Embrace it with the divine white light of love. Especially sensations that feel uncomfortable. Like the white blood cell, embrace it with divine white love and allow it to be. Just hold it until it turns into the delicacy of a blossom and eventually dissolves, leaving only peace. Go forth in this day with blessings. I'll catch you next time.